Welcome to All Things Retreat Podcast. I'm Holly Porter, your host and CEO of Retreat R&R. With over 25 years of experience in designing transformative retreats, I'm here to share insights and inspiration to help you create extraordinary experiences. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, you'll find valuable ideas here. Enjoy the ride. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome everybody to the show. Today we're going to be chatting and having a great conversation. I know it because she's an amazing person. We are with Orly Amor, and she's a dynamic entrepreneur who has founded 5 successful companies. As a corporate trainer, best-selling author, and international public speaker, she has helped over 200,000 people worldwide boost their bottom line by multiplying their sales. A certified behavior analyst, Orly is a trusted coach for corporate leaders globally, known for delivering results. With 16 years of experience, she specializes in helping public speakers, coaches, and entrepreneurs create lucrative business models for public speaking. Orly guarantees her clients will make 6 figures from speaking or works with them until they do. Transform your passion into profit today is what she says. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Holly.
Okay, so this is a little bit different than a retreat stuff today. I love the little twist because I don't think a lot of people realize how important, if you are a retreat leader, first of all, you're a leader, it's in the name, so own that. Second of all, you are in sales, whether you admit it or not. You're selling what you're doing. You're selling yourself and you're selling your retreat. So I love that we're going to have this conversation, and I'm excited to have you here.
Me too.
All right, let's jump in because I have lots of questions for you, and I want to make sure we probably won't get through them all, but we're gonna work at it. So,
Good.
So let's talk about, can anyone use public speaking for their business?
Absolutely. So let's start by saying, what is the best form of marketing worldwide from the beginning of time? Word of mouth. What is the second best marketing tool since the beginning of time? Public speaking. Literally, Jesus did it, right? How do you think he got the apostles to go out and spread the word, right? I mean, and this is what we're doing. We're doing the spreading of the word. And when we spread the word of what we do and what we need, then people are either going to like us, not like us, or buy from us. But the goal is to be in front of many. So instead of doing the one-to-ones, one-to-many is what public speaking allows you to do to get more clients and visibility.
Yeah. Well, and it's okay if you're not for everybody. Be glad about that because everybody's not for you. There's enough for everyone, right?
Yes, I say, you know what? Not everybody's for me, and that's why I always tell people, you know, if you decide to work with me, my condolences in advance. You have me for life. So if you don't like me, let's not even begin. Absolutely, right?
We're stuck like glue. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are some statistics that you think people should know about speaking and advance in the industry in 2026?
I know, right? And we're halfway through the year, and it's really amazing. Yeah, whenever people listen to this, it doesn't matter where you are, what time of the year it is, and which year it is, because this industry has grown exponentially for many, many years. I've been in it for 29 years full time as a speaker. The 16 years I've been coaching people. So, what I'm going to say about the statistics is that you need to know that right now we are short 1 million speakers in the world. We are short 1 million coaches in the world. And the other part of it is that it's $118.9 billion this year alone that will be spent on speakers and events. So if you're doing retreats, oh my God, did you know that there's money there for you too? It's not just being a speaker or a retreat leader. It's about knowing the industry and women. Oh my God, I have to talk to the women. Women, we are still only 1.9% of all the speakers in the world. This is unheard of. This is crazy as far as I'm concerned. I'm a big advocate, by the way.
Oh, well, and most of our listeners are women, but we welcome men. I am all about men's retreats.
Yeah, me too.
I think they're needed. So yeah, I think so. Or men that are listening, you know, you have a partner, wife, maybe girlfriend, whatever. Listen up. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. So I agree. There's got to be balance, and it's way off balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Totally.
for sure. You
Absolutely.
work with men as well?
Oh, yeah, I work with men and women. I work with couples. Sometimes they do the same business, or they're in business separately, but they want to do public speaking, so they take the whole program together
Right.
because they want to get out there and speak. And of
Yeah.
course, they get white glove treatment with me. Everybody does, and so it's from soup to nuts. They never feel alone, and I give them the confidence that they can do that. How much to charge, when to charge, how to scale. It's a
Yeah.
scalable business. You got to treat it as a business, though.
So, Orly, are most of your events, because, I'm in the event and retreat world, and so I have a little mix of both. And I know there's been a lot of discussion with some other people in the last couple of weeks about, do we call a retreat if it's an event? If someone's coming and they're sitting in a conference room all day and staying in a hotel and they're calling it a retreat, is that, I think it's just another form, another model, so to speak, of a retreat. So I'm just curious, when you're doing a cruise and they're learning, they're actually there. It's like a business cruise, wouldn't you call it?
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
speakers and authors cruise where people actually come and learn for the 3 days at sea, but they also get to build relationships, camaraderie, and expression, and that's very important. But I would like to go to your question of what is a retreat. We need to define what a retreat is. I feel like a retreat is, I paid Tony Robbins to go to his Fiji island, blah blah blah. That was a retreat. We were 12 people. We paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
OMG. But that's fine. But that was a retreat. That was where we are. It's quaint. It's small. It's intimate. 100 people is not intimate. I don't know how people can call it a retreat.
Yeah.
Maybe 100 people, they can call it an experience, not a retreat. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because then it's an experiential
Yeah.
event for 3 days. Not to mention it's exhausting, right? So it
Right.
depends. What do you want to call your event? It could be a retreat. It could be an experience. It could be a transformation. It could be a class. It could be a training. So yeah, all these things are called something, but what is a retreat? We need to define that a little more before we say, oh, I'm a retreat leader.
I know it's very true because I love the experiential. And maybe through the association, International Trade Association, we'll rebrand something. Because you think about when we're talking about the words, mastermind is a blanket statement as well, right? I mean, it feels like everyone, oh, it's a mastermind, it's a mastermind. And to me, if you go to Think and Grow Rich, a true mastermind's 5 people, which to
Yeah,
me, a true retreat, I feel like, to say it's a retreat and it's like this transformational thing, I think it's challenging to have more than 12, when you're
yeah,
in this content in this container.
yeah,
You're talented as a leader if you can do that. And I'm not dissing
right.
it. I think, like I said, there's models for all things. So it's just
Sure.
interesting what we are labeling our things, right?
And that's what's great about being an entrepreneur, right? I mean, you can label it anything you like, but you can also define it in the way that you want. I'll give you another example. I believe a retreat should be between 12 and 25 people. It's
Yeah.
still good. People can still sit at the same table at
Yeah.
25 people. Yes, there are restaurants that can give you 25 people in one table. But what I would say is, I had a retreat in Martha's Vineyard where we had 12 people and we flew them first class in a private jet to Martha's Vineyard. So that's to me a retreat, but it's very transformational. It's also achieving a certain outcome before coming back to land and reality.
Yeah.
So if a retreat is something that is in a container, that is a retreat. It's something that is a container. It happens, it's done, and the relationships will continue afterwards. Whereas an experience, it's ongoing for the whole event. It could be 100 people, it could be 200 people. So you
Yeah.
have to remember who you're serving and how do they want to be served. Sometimes people forget how people want it to get the information. You said mastermind. Mastermind is great, but what is the container going to have for this mastermind? In the Think and Grow Rich, the mastermind is of people that don't do what you do, but can actually add to what you do. They
Yes.
contribute to your life and your success and have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
In today's competitive
Yeah.
world, I don't think that we have that.
Right. And I almost want to compare a little bit a retreat to a mastermind. There's a lot of similarities because you are bringing other people a lot of times that you don't know in this container, in this retreat. and you're having some discussions, and it's very similar. I mean, I think it depends on the leader and how they are facilitating how that outcome is going to look, but it definitely could be a mastermind. I don't know.
Absolutely. And a mastermind also has a perpetuity type of event. It's every month. They meet once a month, once
Yeah,
every 2 months. I don't know, whatever. But a retreat, it's a container that is one time.
yeah,
You can do retreats 100 times a year if you want, but that retreat per se, the one is going to serve only the people there. And so
yeah,
that's great though, because I think more people are looking for that now. Retreats are much better now than they were then. And now the container that you as a retreat leader can
yeah.
offer so much more than what we were able to do
I
before.
agree.
So yeah,
Okay, let's
I
talk
think
about this model for a second. And my brain's
yes,
turning, and I'm like going to try to communicate it how I want it, it's going to come out.
that's how this
All doubled
goes.
up, I'm sure. All right, so let's look at this. Let's do a scenario. So, I see. Okay, we're talking about mastermind retreat. I see if you have a mastermind and you have a paid mastermind, like say compare it to coaching group, right? And the end result or part of the program is a retreat. I see that model a lot and I love it. I love it, by the
I
way.
love it too. I love
But I'm
that
going
too.
to put a twist into that on top of it because
Yes.
you really are the best at teaching people to get paid to speak. All right?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
your gift.
Yes.
Let's just say, let's take that scenario. Can you give me a wrap in of how you could be a paid speaker to create your own mastermind or coaching group, right? That high ticket item into and bring in some kind of a retreat into it. Just let's talk about that for a sec.
Absolutely. So, first and foremost, I believe that every single one of the people that we're talking to right now have a gift, whether they are a retreat leader or not, whether they've done any events anytime in their whole life put together. They have a gift that only they can deliver. Knowing that and taking ownership of that, because I love when you said earlier, own that. It's, you're a retreat leader, own it.
Okay.
When you own that, then you need to be available to have that credibility to guide people. And the
Yeah.
only form of marketing or way of being in this industry is to be a public speaker. How heck are you going to do it one to many? You need to let people know that you have a mastermind. You need to let people know that you're having a retreat. You need to let people who want to be in your mastermind that there is a retreat once or twice a year for everybody involved, so that yes, some of the masterminds are on Zoom and you can definitely do the virtual thing, but
Yeah.
then once a year or twice a year you get everybody to meet in person. I think that's wonderful. And but and how does public speaking fit into it, and why should people get paid? Let me give you the nutshell of that, because it is amazing.
Okay.
I'm going to say it bluntly because I have no filter between my brain and my mouth. What I'm going to say is, I don't care how old you are, where you've been, what you've done, how long you've been in business, how many times you failed, how many times you won, what accomplishments you have. All of that, you paid for it. You paid for it with time, money, education, blood, sweat, tears, aggravations, ups and downs. And however how old you are, you've paid for all of it. Why wouldn't you get paid? That's your intellectual property. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you get the the deserving of the credibility it gives you once you're on stage? When you're paid, people value your information, and they
Right.
believe that that information will enhance or amplify the audience that they serve. So why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I agree. You're doing a disservice to everyone by not showing people your gifts and showing up and sharing your
Agree.
story. And I love that.
Yes.
So you help entrepreneurs create profitable speaking businesses. So what would you say are the first steps that someone should take to start if they just don't even know where to start?
Great. So before I became a business coach for speakers and entrepreneurs, I was a business coach for CEOs and CFOs of Fortune 500 and Fortune 100 companies. And the first thing I always ask people to do is take accounting of your sphere of influence. Who are the people you know?
Yeah.
First, take accounting of that. Many people don't want to talk to the people they know. They don't want to say, "Hey, I'm starting a new business. I am going to be doing retreats. Hey, who do you know who can open doors for me? Who do you know who can get me to speak to their group so I can share about my next happening retreat or my cruise or whatever it is that you're doing?" it starts with your network. And I have a talk that I usually give. It's called Your Network is Your Net Worth. If you don't know, if you don't make enough money, you don't know enough people. And if you don't go to your network, then what the heck are you doing? You need to build relationships and know how to build those relationships. Look at us. I mean, we met on a cruise ship, right?
In person.
And in
We've been on
person,
each
yeah,
other's lists and
right.
friends forever, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so we build up this relationship now that is beautiful. And we actually decided that today we can call each other's friends. But you know what? Friendship doesn't happen with everybody. And it's
No.
okay. It's okay. But people will do business with us because they know, like, and trust us.
Yeah.
But most importantly, they trust who we are connected to too. So we got to be careful on who we connect with. And then we need to go to our own network.
Yeah.
Many people are afraid of that. And I think that's their first step, to make a
Yeah.
list.
I would almost say I've been guilty of that. And then sometimes I think, oh, my network's the wrong network. I've had lots of different kinds of businesses. So I have networks in all kinds of different things. And it's like, yeah, it's just sometimes it's just changing our mindset around things and saying, oh,
Right.
let's look at that a little bit different. Um,
And
so
I just want to add one little thing is that,
yeah,
many people like to network, and then they network with, like you said, the wrong network. What is
yes,
the wrong network? Stop. If you're not making money, stop hanging out with the people that don't make money like you, because
yeah,
you're all in the same room and you're not going to help each other because you're all
right.
suffering from making ends meet every month. So you need to get out of your comfort zone and stop
Yeah.
hanging out with the broken.
Oh,
Sorry, I have.
I want to add to that. I want to add know to ask the right questions too, because I was sharing with you the other day. I did an event. I did an event that had 140 women at it, perfect for retreats, right? Well, 140 women. I got an afternoon. I got a table. I gave away these cute little succulent plants because our theme was "Come grow with us," and I thought, oh, what cute! Someone will actually go take
Perfect.
something home branded. But only probably I'm gonna say like 3 people in that room of 140 were really people that I think were like ideal for the International Retreat Association. But I already had all the stuff. It was on, it was in Vegas. It was on my way to the airport, and I thought, oh, just okay. But then I was going to an event that only had about 38 people, but they were all my ideal people. So
Hmm.
140 with 3, 38 with all. I mean, it's just knowing, like, being in the right room. I've networked so much. I am so careful now on the things that I commit to, the events I go to, because you're right. You got to know, like, your right client, your right people. You got to be in the right place to find them. Same with online. If people are doing things online, you need to be in the right Facebook groups if that's where you're looking for people to offer value so that you can get those conversations. Sorry, get off my
I would
soapbox.
like to say yes, and because I believe that you don't know who's going to be in the room. I'll give you a very funny story, because people used to make fun of me. You're going to speak at this corporation. They have only 20 employees. What are you going to do there? 20 employees. That's all they have. And I'm like, well, you know what? They paid me. I'm going. That's the way
Yeah,
it works, right? So I
yeah,
go to this event, and there was about 24 people, I would say. Don't quote me, but it was really nice. And I spoke, and everything was wonderful. And this tall man just came after me afterwards when I was packing up. He was like, I really love what you had to say. I think you'd be a really good speaker for my wife's company. And I'm like, really? And what does your wife do? He's like, well, she's a vice president at Google.
oh my gosh, like,
Right.
and yes, sign me up.
Right. And I want
Oh,
people
it's
to
awesome.
stop judging.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah,
judging
it's
about
true.
what you see. You don't know what people are connected to. Now,
Yeah,
and I'd love to share this with you guys, because this is the math, and numbers don't lie. Are you guys with me on that? Numbers don't lie. So if you and I say that every person we know, and not you and me, because we know people, a lot of people, and that's too many people but let's say we know each, it has been proven that we all each know 300 people at least. We each know at least 300 people.
right.
However you want to call it. Personally, we know 300 people, and I'm not talking about family. So we can still include them in the 300.
Okay.
But if those 300 people each know 300 people, we only need to know one person. One person knows 300 people. Those 300 people know 300 people each. 300 times 300 is 90,000.
Wow.
And in your head, can you calculate how much is 90,000 times 300
I definitely
each?
can.
Well, some
Tell me
people
the
will say,
answer.
right. Some people immediately go to, oh, it's 2.7 million, because 3 times 9 is 20, 27.
Yeah.
Yes. but they'll be so wrong. It's 27 million.
Wow.
You and I and all of our friends put together in one room will never be able to contact 27 million people.
No.
So the goal is to get maybe 3, 4 raving fan individuals that are actually, that's why masterminds work. That's what Napoleon Hill was talking about.
Hmm.
Because it's not about getting in front of 100 million people. It's just to find just 3 or 4 amazing ones that will be our referral partners for life. We don't need to work anymore. I'm telling you, if you find the right ones, you don't need to even worry about marketing or anything like that
Right.
anymore.
That's true. Yeah. I love that. Well, so, okay, a big thing that comes up all the time with retreat leaders is that more they want to fill their events. And I think a lot of retreat leaders right now are at least the feedback I'm getting, they're struggling to fill their events, and people are traveling though, so it's like you just need to get them to travel to your event. But how can speaking become one of the most effective marketing tools that they have? I think let's talk about how they can fill their retreats by speaking.
Right. So the people who actually fill retreats, if you go back to Tony Robbins and all these guys, right? Or to fill an event, any event, if you look at what they did first, they didn't fill up events. They built a community.
Yes.
And in this day and age, it's to build a community first. Build your email list, build your community, get in touch with your people by maybe creating a webinar once a week. Bring value to your community so they invite 2 friends and they'll tell 2 friends and they'll tell 2 friends. I feel like the Fabergé organic shampoo commercial in the old days, and they'll tell 2 friends and they'll tell 2 friends. But
Yeah.
it's really true. So when we build a community, and then we make an event, like say in this year, I'm building the community. I'm not doing any events. I'm not doing anything. I'm just building a community. I'm going to do a free webinar once a week, invite people to it, give value and connect and connect and connect, do one-to-ones, continue those relationships. By the time I announce that there is an event coming up or a retreat and it's only room for 20 people, you're going to fill that up right away. You're not going to have a problem with doing that. So you need to fill up the first one properly. 20 people is enough because it costs you less and it also gives value to your attendees. They get to experience you on a more intimate level. You get video footage and testimonials and all the credibility you need to build with that one event. And then you launch it again so that you can get more people. And that's how it grows. It doesn't happen overnight. And a lot of people just want to say, oh, I'm doing a retreat. Oh, and it's going to take 3 months to put it together. Okay. And then how long will it take to market it with no people in your list?
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
think LinkedIn is friendship. Facebook is friendship. No, those are not friends, people. They're just eyeballs. And that's all they do is, oh, I looked at it. I liked it. There you go. Bye bye.
Yeah. Well, dang, we're out of time. um, okay, we're gonna forego rapid fire today. But that's okay, I guess.
It's
Because
okay.
you were giving juicier stuff than I was gonna ask anyway. So that's all good. And I want everyone to know that all Orly's information is going to be in the show notes to get a hold of her. If you go to her website, you can get the calendar and everything there. Anything else? Any last words you want to share?
Follow me on social media. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You will get more out of that than anything else. And of course, you have my calendar. So let's have a chat. What can I support you in? There's no sales pitch. This is not about sales. This is about getting to know you, helping you with whatever you're looking for, giving you subjective advice. And there you go. Yeah.
Well, and I'm going to say, so Orly and I had a conversation the other day about the International Retreat Association, and she gave me such a hot tip that it'll probably be the best one I have all year if now I just need to go and close it, right? So it's on me, but she gave me the information, and sometimes with that information, you can change so many lives. So I know
Yeah.
that'll change mine. So especially this year, starting a new company. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're a great guest. Maybe we'll have you back another day. We'll talk
That would
about
be
some more
great.
stuff because it's juicy
I,
stuff. And
I would love that.
go, everybody, subscribe, check us out, check Orly out on YouTube. And you can also leave comments if you're listening to this on YouTube. So we'll always
Please,
love to hear those. But
for
until
sure.
next time, we will see you on the next show. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of All Things Retreat. We hope you're leaving with new ideas, fresh inspiration, and the motivation to take your retreats to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It helps us grow and reach more retreat leaders like you. And if you have any questions, topics you'd like us to cover, or just want to say hello, send us an email at info@weretreatrnr.com. Follow us on social media to stay connected and catch all the latest updates. Until next time, remember, great retreats start with great intentions. Let's make them extraordinary, one step at a time. Thinking about hosting a retreat? Before you dive in, let's make sure you're really ready. Grab your free Are You Retreat Ready checklist and find out if you've got everything in place from your purpose and pricing to your audience and agenda. Don't guess. Get clear. This quick checklist will show you exactly where you stand and what you need to make your retreat a success. Click the link below in the show notes to grab your gift and take the first step toward hosting with confidence.